Coliseum on the campus of the University of Nebraska for the 2009 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships. And we kick it off this morning in Class C1 with the Grand Island Central Catholic Crusaders taking on the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. Good morning, everybody. I'm Larry Putney, along with former Husker Kathy Wieskamp. Great to have you with us for a day long of high school volleyball championships here at the Coliseum. Session 1 of this morning, we will class champions in Class C1, D2, and Class A. We kick it off in C1 with two of the most tradition-rich volleyball teams in the state of Nebraska. Let's start off with Central Catholic. They're the clear favorite in this one. Definitely.
They've played 3 times this season and come out on top each of those times. However, these two teams have matched up in the finals 8 times prior to this. So they're very familiar with this setting, and they also bring their best game always in this situation.
When you talk about tradition, you have to talk about Columbus Scotus. They've won championship after championship. They're back again this year in the title game, but they're the underdog in this one.
They are. They come in, but again, they're a team who's very comfortable here. They have tradition. They've been here. They've come from, we've been the underdog before. They've been in the state championship with John Peterson 20 times. They've had 13 state championships out of that. Very familiar in this setting. You never know what's going to happen.
So John Peterson takes on Sharon Savala. Should be a good one. Let's take a look at where these two teams reside. Of course, Columbus Scotus is in the city of Columbus in Nebraska. Here's the look at the map. Columbus Scotus comes in at 23-5, and Grand Island Central Catholic not too far down the road from Columbus. The bracket, how do they get here? How do they make this state championship game in Class C1? Scotus with wins over Syracuse and also Wisner-Pilger. And to get here, Grand Island Central Catholic knocked off Kearney Catholic in the semifinals, as well as Bennington in the first round. Well, the third member today of our broadcast team is down on the floor. She'll be reporting all morning long. Let's go down to Rachel Schwartz. Rachel.
Well, it is a huge honor and accomplishment for these girls to be here today. And to get to that accomplishment, it takes hard work and dedication, and that's what the Coliseum floor represents. Using those principles for dreams to come true. And now these girls out here, they're feeling like they're one step closer to the Nebraska volleyball team.
Great point, Rachel. It's a terrific morning and afternoon for these girls battling for state championship. We'll have it all. The Class C1 state championship kicks it all off. Scotus and Central Catholic coming up next on NET Sports.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraskans. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life. NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. You have to push yourself as you go through high school. Don't be afraid to take classes like Algebra 2, Biology, or a foreign language. They can help raise your ACT score and prepare you for college. I wasn't the smartest kid in high school, but I took the tough classes and I passed. So what are you waiting for? Push yourself over to your counselor's office and sign up for them. They won't be easy, but you'll be glad you did.
Hello, I'm Jeff Beckman. If you enjoy sports action on NET and if you want to see this excitement continue for many generations, consider making a gift to the NET Endowment Fund. NET is Nebraska sports, and your gift makes that possible.
NET coverage of the NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is brought to you in part by NPPD, Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. And welcome back to the Nebraska Coliseum. For those friends and family that couldn't make it to today's or this morning's game, they can now watch all the volleyball coverage live on NET's website by logging on to netnebraska.org/sports and clicking on the live streaming link. Maybe the home of the Huskers, but today it's where high school dreams come true, as many of these players have been looking forward to playing in this venue on this floor their entire career. And today they get the opportunity to play for a state championship.
And a lot of times that's the extra motivation they need. It's like we have an opportunity to play on the NU Coliseum floor in that championship. That's what I've wanted to do for a lot of years. I've watched the Huskers play there. This time I want to be the person playing there.
Two of the great coaches in Nebraska high school volleyball squaring off here. John Peterson for the Scotus Shamrocks, 23-5 overall in his 33rd year at Columbus Scotus. He had a brief stint at Newcastle before that, but he has 760 career wins. On the other bench is Sharon Zavala, who's been at it for 35 years with 786 wins. Two just phenomenal coaches and great people.
So combined, that is 1,546 wins between the two of them, and between the two schools, 21 state championships. That's amazing.
Should be a good one as the Shamrocks from Columbus Scotus get set to take on the Central Catholic Crusaders. And for the introduction of the state championship participants, let's go to our public address announcer, Steve Lemon. So the teams are lining up before, in fact, there's going to be a brief introduction here before they'll have the introduction of the players. So it gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit more about each of these teams. Monica Boding for Scotus Shamrocks, really the go-to player for Columbus Scotus. She had 16 kills in the semifinal game. She's number 8 and looking at several smaller colleges to continue her volleyball career next year.
And this team is very offensively mentality. They're very aggressive and really work hard from that perspective.
Take a look at the other lineup, the Central Catholic Crusaders. They were in this state championship 1 year ago, as was Scotus, but Central Catholic was the loser in that game. They come back this year, returned nearly every player on the team. In fact, the only player not returning from last year was Hannah Bolton. Hannah Bolton was on that state championship team last year. She graduated. Other than that, Kathy, they've got everybody back.
And that's just such an advantage. People have the experience being here, know what it feels like. And again, they are committed, and they've had a great season this are perfect up to this point. So they would like to cap that the year off. Does nothing better. Only one team gets to have a perfect season, and that's the state championship if you made it to this point.
Oh, it was John Peterson earlier this week who said he thought that Central Catholic was one of the top teams in the state of Nebraska, regardless of class. You'll have an opportunity to see him here this morning and just how talented this Central Catholic Crusaders squad is. And really, they're not senior laden, just a few seniors. Let's head down to the public address announcer, Steve Lemon, who will introduce us to the starting lineups for both Columbus Scotus and Central Catholic. Steve.
Today's Class C1 final matches the Crusaders of Grand Island Central Catholic High School and the Shamrocks of Columbus Scotus. And now let's meet the teams. First, the Crusaders from Grand Island Central Catholic. Number 1, Jessica Wojcik. Number 2, Bailey Baxter. Number 3, Katie Brand. Number 4, Sarah Rogge. Number 5, Jillian Moravec. Number 6, Kelly Soto. Number 8, Liz McGowan. Number 9, Sarah Golka. Number 10, Steph Brand. Number 11, Haley Benton. Number 13, Lucky Gratup. Number 14, Kelsey Scheel. Number 16, Jamie Partington. And number 17, Aisha Lee. The assistant coaches are Abby Welliver and Whitney Hester. The head coach for the Crusaders is Sharon Zavala. Here are the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. Number 1, Emmy Odbert. Number 2, Tiffany Haney. Number 3, Becky Hall. Number 5, Laura Zock. Number 6, Lindsay McElhose. Number 7, Jordan Shohan. Number 8, Monica Boating. Number 9, Caitlin Ween. Number 10, Olivia Sonderman. Number 11, Mackenzie Liu. Number 12, Caitlin Kirkman. Number 13, Maggie Helbush. Number 14, Jenna Moore. And number 16, Andrea Odbert. The assistant coaches are Joe Held, Julie Blaser, and Janet Tooley. The head coach of the Shamrocks, John Peterson. The officials for today's match are Mary Lou Marshall and Linda Rishling. At this time, we ask you to stand for our national anthem. This morning's anthem will be sung by Papillion La Vista High School sophomore Morgan Harris.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Should be a good one in Class C1. The Central Catholic Crusaders, Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. As we mentioned, two programs rich in tradition. They've been here multiple times. They have squared off against one another 8 times in the championship match. That speaks volumes to how frequently both these two teams will get here. Talk a little bit about Sharon Zavala, the 35-year head coach of the Central Catholic Crusaders. Of course, she was named National Coach of the Year back in 2007. And Kathy, she is just 7 wins shy of becoming the all-time winningest coach in the history of Nebraska high school volleyball.
She's done a phenomenal job there, and she continues to, doesn't settle in, she just keeps learning. She's constantly going to clinics, going and learn more, finding better ways to help kids become better volleyball players. And again, that's that's something in itself that stands out for me about Coach Zavala, is that she's a constant learner and student of the game, and that's why her teams continue to grow and develop.
Her Crusaders have lost just 4 sets all season long. 2 of those were to this guy, John Peterson of Columbus Scotus. They've squared off once already this year. It went to 5, but both times that Central Catholic has gone to 5 sets, they won the first 2. So Sharon talked yesterday after winning the first 2 about how important it was to continue to stay focused and not lose that focus in set number 3.
A lot of times after winning those first 2, you feel, okay, we're here, we've got it done. But we saw, as we'll talk about today, some of the teams who got to this championship match, it isn't over until it's over. And especially when you play a great team like Columbus Scotus, you know they never let down, and it's not done until the final whistle blows.
Surprising to say that a team that's 35-0, ranked #1 in the state in Central Catholic, has any weaknesses. But if you talk to Coach Zavala, she thinks her blocking may be a bit of a weakness, but they're so quick, have so much offense that it has not been a liability, at least to date.
Yes, they are. They're so offensively oriented. They've got several players who can really make things happen at the net. They really feel like their middles are their strength. They're very efficient hitting, but they also serve very strong and aggressive, and that helps them in that, as far as blocking, they kind of can control what the opponent does with their offense.
Central Catholic over the last few years has been up and down between C1 and C2. They went down to C2, back to C1, back to C2, back to C1, and now they've been in C1 for the last few years, and we're going to get things started here as Central Catholic's Sarah Raggi will start to begin the Class C1 state championship match outside to Monica Boating. Boating was dug. The Crusaders get that one up. Quick in the middle. Not terminated. It is the kill. We'll go to Lindsay McElhose.
McElhose does a nice job, turns the ball, takes it, doesn't go directly into the block, takes it off the edge and gets a big kill. Good start for Columbus Scotus.
Shamrocks draw first blood here. Opening set of the Class C1 state championship. Nice jump serve by McElhose there. They try to take it over on two. Outside to Boating off the top of the block. We'll go outside the other way. Into the net, but up goes Wojcik. Boating again. Kept up. We'll see a lot of long rallies in this match today. Both of these clubs very adept at keeping the ball alive. You saw it right there, but it gets down, and the kill goes to the Shamrocks. They're on top 2-0.
As you mentioned, both these teams very disciplined, very organized, and that allows for you to keep strong rallies going back and forth because you're in position more frequently.
There's the junior middle blocker. McElhose will serve again. Led the team in kills this year. Good up there, outside the other way. Brand with the big swing. Stephanie Brand, the junior, puts it down.
Brand has a nice swing. She has a nice extension of the arm. Here you get a chance to see one-on-one. That leaves a lot of court open and available.
Go back to serve, Jessica Wojcik. Junior outside hitter for Central Catholic. 108 aces on the year for Wojcik. Overpass there is forced, kept alive by Central Catholic. Brand letting her teammates know she can't touch it again. Good communication there, kept alive. Outside, McGowan with the swing, can't get it down. Other way, Boating off the top of the tape, rolls along and finds the floor.
Just catches the tape there, but again, gets a good roll, and Scotus comes out on top. It's a sharp angle here that she doesn't have a lot of court to work with, and actually the net probably gave her a little edge there in keeping it in play.
Gordon Shohan now to serve. Shohan, the sophomore setter. For Scotus, that's a quick middle, and right into the tape goes Brand. Tapped herself, said my fault.
Caitlin Kirkland right there, and Brand had to work to try and take it around. Dropped the hand a little bit on the contact, and that's what caught the tape.
Yeah, big Shamrock block having an effect here early. It's 4-1 Scotus. They'll go outside, another block. That by Helbush. I'll go back to Helbush. Helbush trying to run the quick, set a little too high.
Just timing those quick tempo balls, got to be really very accurate, and timing of the hitter. They're in there, but as you mentioned, a little high on that set.
Nice serve there by Bailey Baxter. Another quick in the middle, wide open middle, and Katie Brand this time puts it down.
Grand Island Central Catholic hitters are doing a great job trying to work around the edges of the block, and they're really doing a nice job of that.
Outside to Helbush. Maggie Helbush, the senior, with the kill. 5-3 Scotus here early in set one. Here's Monica Boating, the senior. Their go-to player is Coach John Peterson, and she pulls out the ace for Boating, her 16th ace of the season.
And she's a senior, and she really shows her leadership out on the court. Coach Peterson has her playing a large role, doing a lot of things for this team.
That swing a little wide. I'll give the point to the Crusaders. So back to serve now for Central Catholic. Here's Stephanie Brand. Brand, the go-to player for Central Catholic when they need a point. 8 kills in the semifinals. Bump set outside. Liu with the kill. Mackenzie Liu, and what a stable of hitters this Scotus team has.
And that's the thing, they're very balanced. They have people that just don't make a lot of mistakes. They come in, they're making strong shots, making good decisions. Again, comes from good coaching.
Into the net, knows the swing. Eight for Shamrocks. Kept alive. Andrea Oddbert will set it over. That goes off the side of the block and a kill. Good swing and a kill by Liz McGowan.
Big swing there by McGowan. She comes in very aggressive after the ball. You can see here, again, look how hard she pulls through that shoulder through. Gets the big kill.
Set goes outside. Lou again. Lou found the angle.
That sharp cut shot there has been open for Scotus. Get outside, take that hard angle, and catch that 10, 15-foot line on the left side.
There's Laura Zock now, the senior 5'9" setter, into serve. Good serve by Zock. Goes outside. Wojcik can't get that to go. Other way. Lou again. Mackenzie Lou, the junior outside hitter. Her second kill.
Big swing there, and Central Catholic had players you can see. Baxter reaches out. She had her defender back there. You never want to, you got to know, you got to trust. They're very disciplined in positioning.
That goes off the side of the block and a little misdirected and off the hands of Boding, and Wojcik with another kill.
Wojcik really just goes at the seam there and kind of caroms the ball off of the blocker's hands, gets it through that gap, gives her the advantage.
So now back to serve is the sophomore, Katie Brand. Outside again. And again, it's Lou, her third kill.
Lou's doing a great job finding the open areas, finding places to go around the block. Just great reading, great perception of the court.
Outside off the top of the block goes Boding, kept alive. Other way. Wojcik can't get that to go. Quick in the middle. Block back. McElhoe's got it back up though. Now over to Boding. Brand is there. Good rally. Wojcik again found the back line. Wojcik with a kill.
Great organization. Again, both teams staying very organized, keeping in system, giving their setters, each team varied options on their attack. Great shot selection there.
Right on that back line, and that serve is a bit long. So 12-7, a 5-point Shamrock advantage here in set one. On McElhoe's a little joust at the net. That'll be won by Boding.
Boding just cool as a cucumber up there, just takes it and finishes it off. It came right back to her hands.
Sharon Savala wants to take a timeout, and we've really seen, at least to this point, a very diversified Shamrock offense.
And that's what's been to their advantage. They keep the defense, the blocking off balance, and that really helps the efficiency. But I also think that the Scotus players have made some great decisions out on the court. They're finding open areas of the court, mixing up their shots, hitting to different zones, and that really definitely increases your opportunity to terminate the ball.
Well, last year it was the Shamrocks against the Crusaders in a familiar battle in 2008 between C-Run rivals, Scotus and Central Catholic. Seventh time these two teams have met for the title game last year. Here's a look back. And in the Class C1 state championship battle, it's Grand Island Central Catholic Crusaders taking on the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. Still set point, and it's delivered. Who else? Monica Boding gives him set number one. Set point number two, and the ace does it. Outside, McGowan into the antenna. That's it. And why not? The Shamrocks with lucky number 13. And we're seeing it all over again this year. The Shamrocks win the state title last year. Lead here 13-7 in set number 1. Serve from Lindsay McElhose into the net. 13 state championships for the Shamrocks. 6 runner-up trophies. Quick middle. Stephanie Brand puts it down.
Brand just does a great job, has great vision on the court. She does a nice job cutting it around the block. She does it again. She just sees where they are and goes the opposite direction.
Jump serve now by Jess Wojcik. On the slide, Brand got a hand on the swing of Kirkman. Blocked back by Kirkman. Outside set, blocked back. Stephanie Brand there again, along with Bailey Baxter.
Big block, but you know, Brand does a great job. She seals the net very well, you can see here. But great setup by Baxter. She sets up, moved inside, just where she needed to be.
Wojcik with that jump serve again, and the ace. 109 aces on the year for Jeff Wojcik, and a quick timeout from head coach John Peterson.
Wojcik had 17 aces in a single match this season. It's a school record, so she can get hot. That jump serve, she really puts a lot of heat on the ball. She's serving very tough right now.
So out of the timeout, the Crusaders back in it, down by 2.
And who else would you want in the service position to try and get you back into it but just Wojcik?
So 13-11 now. We talked about the success Scotus has had over the years. You know, from 1993 to 2006, Columbus Scotus was in every single state championship match for 14 consecutive years. It finally ended in 2007 when they didn't even make it down to the state tournament, which was, I think, a shock to everybody's system in the state of Nebraska after making 14 consecutive title games.
I mean, that is so impressive. Again, the tradition and the year in and year out strong program that continues to thrive there under Coach Peterson.
So when you fail in 2007, you don't make it, how do you respond? Well, they respond by making a state title game in 08 and now in 09. So 16 of the last 17 years, the name Scotus has been in the Class C1 state championship match.
That was just a year to take their breath in and come back at it strong again.
Great serve there by Wojcik and a better pass. Block back is Boating. Outside to Boating again. She'll try the tip. Brand is there. Set goes outside. McGowan hit the antenna.
Yep, on the swing. Just catches the antenna as she pops it around the block. So Scotus gets the ball back in their hands.
Maggie Helbush back into the match for Scotus. Now here's Jordan Shohan, the sophomore setter to serve for Scotus. Outside Helbush. Helbush right into the block. It goes off the block of Helbush and down.
Right. Beats the block back, wins that battle. Again, coming, look at it. A lot of power as she swings and really knocks the blocker back.
Baxter now serves. Good swing by McGowan, can't get it down. Back outside, Boating the other way, off the side of the block, off the hand of Brand, and another kill for Monica Boating.
Boating just is so consistent. She's very poised out on the court. Again, her senior experience being here, knowing what needs to happen. She's really setting a great model for her teammates out on the court.
Great timing on the quick from Bailey Baxter to setter to Brand.
Brand is right there up in transition. You see, great job being available for a set.
Now Brand to serve. Right along the top of the tape, hangs there and kept alive by Scotus, and a good job to push it deep corner by Shohan. Now outside, here's Lou. Back the other way, McGowan can't get it down. Hellbush into the block, and Hellbush with another kill.
Right in the gap. That weak area of the block is where the two of them come together, and that's the area she went right after. Get just a little bit of a hole for her there. She finds it.
McElhose, Hellbush, and Lou that up front right now for the Shamrocks.
Great
So
up.
Brand was there, but even better up by Andrea Odbert. The libero for Scotus. Odbert tried it again, but that time the kill goes to Liz McGowan.
McGowan, again, I like the power that she comes at you with that swing, and really blockers have to be very solid and defense very balanced.
In the middle, good up in the back row by McGowan. Brand will set Wojcik outside, and Wojcik dug. Another great dig by Odbert. What a terrific libero she's proving to be here early.
And that's a strong strength of this Scotus team. They are scrappy defensive players. Hard to get the ball to go to the floor.
On the tip, Odbert tried to get there, couldn't make it. Nice mix-up and change-up and a kill by Central Catholic.
Jamie Partington does a great job here. A lot of big swings have been coming. She mixes it up with a nice little short soft shot.
Block back, solo block, Wojcik on the outside.
Big block there by Wojcik. Solid, strong outside hand. Pushes that ball right back to the Scotus side.
Central Catholic has clawed their way back into it. It's now all even at 16. Good dump try. Outside, Wojcik. Odbert's there. Hellbush with a good swing. Look at Lou on the outside. Lou gets a kill.
Lou, again, she's been very impressive as far as her shot selection. That hit down the line, again, comes up with a winner for her.
So Laura Zock back into serve for Scotus. 17-16. Pushed outside. Big swing that time off the side of the hand, and Lou with another kill. She's come up big. That's 5 kills here in set 1 from Mackenzie Lou, and a timeout called by Central Catholic and Sharon Savala. NET coverage of the 2009 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is brought to you in part by U.S. Bank, committed to customer service through performance, products, and people. U.S. Bank, proud sponsor of the Nebraska School Activities Association, member FDIC. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, one less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. So 18-16 here in set number 1. The Shamrocks lead it by 2. Crusaders had come all the way back to tie it at 16, but John Peterson's squad responds and now leads it by 2 in set 1. Sharon Savala took a timeout to try to regroup. "13 state championships, 6 runner-up for the Scotus Shamrocks, and the 15th trip to the finals for Central Catholic. Central Catholic with 8 championships to its name, including most recent back in 2007. Big middle, that's tipped over. Off the top of the block goes Lou. Johan tried the dump, couldn't get it. Back outside, Wojcik. Good up. Good scrappy defense again by the Shamrocks. Oh, nice dump try by Brand.
Great response by Lou.
Wojcik with the kill. Off the hand of the block and falls on the Scotus side.
Block was there, but not sealed across the net. And so they were able to knock it back and enough gap for it to slide across.
And the serve long by Brand. So nearing a critical part of set number 1 as Shamrocks lead at 19-17. Wu with the serve. But back to Partington, and Partington with her second kill.
Great pass, allowed them to run that quick transition, and Partington in there for that quick attack. That's a hard timing between the setter because it's behind the setter's head, so that quick one has to be just perfect set.
Monica Boating goes line. It was there. Couldn't get it down. Good coverage. Off the side of the block. Once again, Wojcik with another kill.
Jessica Wojcik is very consistent on the outside, and that's what Coach Zavala says. Our hitters are very consistent. They make great shots. Here's another one by Wojcik.
Central Catholic still looking for its first lead of the match. Off the top of the block. Kick by Oddburn. Pushed back. Quick in the middle. Brand can't get it down. Outside, Boating off the top of the block. Another good up. Another great rally. Oh, even a 19 on the slide. That's slapped over. Brand is there, but into the net is Scotus. Point goes to Central Catholic, and that's the Crusaders' first lead of the match. And John Peterson will take a timeout. Well, we expected this kind of match, a hotly, very closely contested battle between these tradition-rich teams.
And the thing that I think is interesting is both of them in the timeouts, they've made some adjustments come out, and the players have executed those adjustments. Then the other team does the same thing, and again, that just shows the level of intelligence of the players and their ability to make changes and to continue to keep these close. That's why they've been so successful.
The 2019 Crusaders on top. You know, we talked about how long Sharon Zavala had been around at Central Catholic, and she talked to us last year about she's now coaching the daughters of the parents that she used to coach.
Right.
Her former player, the daughters of her former players is probably the best way to put it. Said Jess Wojcik earlier this year set a record, had 17 aces in a single match, and that record was held by Katie and Steph Brand's mother, Mary Brown, who used to play for her, and now she coaches the. So it's a tradition that just continues at Scotus.
And that's kind of a neat. Yeah, it's a neat thing. You know, your players have already instilled in their children kind of the things that you've learned from that same coach, and so it's, like you said, tradition. There's nothing better than a strong tradition.
Brands in the middle, puts it down. Crusaders by 2.
That was a little quicker tempo, and Brand was able to get it between the blockers. Earlier on those quick attacks, the blockers have been getting their hand on it, slowing it down. She pops it in quick this time.
That's where they go when they need a point, is Stephanie Brand. And where does Scotus go? They go to Monica Boating.
And she gets the job done, you know, and it's great to just know that you have certain players who are going to be able to step up and under pressure come through.
And with Boating and Brand both in the front row right now, you may see a heavy dose here late in set number 1 of those two. Brand, there she is, got it.
And at this point in the match, that's exactly who you want up in the front. Your best players fighting it out here through these last few points to claim game number 1.
Shohan, Boating, and Kirkman in the front for the Shamrocks. Here's the jump set of Wojcik. Talked about Wojcik earlier this year. 17 aces in a single match for Wojcik. And another point for the Crusaders. So now 23-20. Central Catholic 2 away. On the slide. Brand was there to keep it alive. Outside, Liz McGowan. Off the touch. McGowan with a kill. Crusaders a point away. Nope, they're going to give the point
in the net
to Scotus.
Yeah, a lot of the different things were called. It was out, but actually, McGowan in the net was the final call.
And Liz McGowan on the swing touched the net. That'll give it to Scotus. Now down 23-22. Outside and down. Nice swing and a kill by Central Catholic's Liz McGowan.
They go right back to her. They served at her. She did a great job passing that ball and then coming right back in for that strong attack.
So set point number 1. Boating kept alive. Free ball. See if they go to Boating again. Yep. Make it Hellbush that time. And the roll shot and a kill by Liz McGowan. Her 4th kill of set number 1, and Central Catholic takes the first 25-21. So Central Catholic, the top team in the state, comes out and hands it to Scotus in set number 1, 25-21. They lead 1-0.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
You're watching NET1 and NET HD.
Hello, I'm Ron Hull, inviting you to join me for a tour through some of America's great national parks. We'll take in the canyonlands of Arizona and Utah, Wyoming's wondrous Grand Tetons and Yellowstone, the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota. For details, visit our website or call this number. This will be the trip of a lifetime. I hope to take it with you.
We owe everything to these soldiers, now old men, but they were young and dashing.
So he does the only thing he can think of. He asked the townspeople of Neely to treat White Buffalo Girl, his daughter, as though she were one of theirs.
Nebraska Stories, showcasing our state and the people who call themselves Nebraskans.
NET sports coverage of the 2009 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is proudly brought to you in part by NPPD, Nebraska Public Power District, generating electricity with a balanced mix of energy resources, including wind. Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, providing cable, internet, and digital phone service for your home or your business. So welcome back to the Nebraska Coliseum. Central Catholic trailed nearly the entire first set, but they came back late and won it 25-21. Here's a look at set 1 stats.
Grand Island Central Catholic leads in kills, and again, they're a very offensive-oriented team. They really did aggressive spreading it around, but very balanced, as you would imagine after the first set. Very close all the way.
Let's go down to the floor to Rachel Schwartz. Rachel.
Well, as you can see, the Crusaders started to make a comeback, and that was because a few key players started to step up really big. Specifically, number 10, which is Stephanie Brand. You could tell that once she got in a rhythm, that the team just really picked up and gained a lot of confidence.
Stephanie Brand, number 10 for Central Catholic, being recruited by Nebraska, Kearney, Wayne State, and UNO. She's just in her junior year. She's got a year to decide which lucky campus she will be residing for 4 or 5 years of her high school collegiate volleyball career.
The thing is, what a great time in the rotation, you know, to have her in the front row at that critical point of the match. She rotates to the front row and she steps up and takes care of business.
Tip try by Wojcik. Set was a bit off. Wojcik tried to clear the net. Shamrocks point. Served by Lou. Outside to Brand. And a big swing. That's right where she likes that ball. Just off the net. She can read the block.
And they use her in that serve-receive rotation as she's in left front, swing away on the outside. And that's a big, long arm. And she's got a lot of court to work with.
How does Scotus respond here in set number 2 after having the lead and the advantage nearly the entire first set and had a lead of as many as 6 points in set number 1. That swinging right on the back line. Sarah Rogge just looks at it like, you gotta be kidding me. I thought for sure it was long.
But Bodine says, I knew it. He had it controlled. Great control of the ball, though. She tempo shots it.
McElhoe's just off the top of the tape, quick in the middle. Brand punches it across. Shohan on the slide. Kirkman can't get it down. And a kill in the middle. Brand again.
Stephanie Brand, she just does a great job up the net. She's always up there. She's always thinking offensive and aggressive and making strong moves.
Brand was quiet early in that set one and came alive late. And a couple of kills already here in set number 2. And the ace. Bailey Baxter with the ace. Baxter, the 5'6" junior setter for Central Catholic. Off the top of the tape, back-to-back aces by Bailey Baxter. She had 43 during the regular season. Coming in here to state, adds a couple more here.
And that's one thing that their game plan coming in was to serve very aggressively, control it, win on serving and passing. The offense will take care of itself if you do that.
Nice quick set in the middle. Caitlin Kirkman put it down. So back to serve for the Shamrocks. Here's Jordan Shohan. Shohan second in the team this year in kills as the setter. Boy, ran a double play there, but no fooling Maggie Helbush, who was there to put it down.
Helbush does a great job. She's identified her attacker, moved in, and she moved in with her also, was able to assist. Great reading.
Blocked again. But once again, it's Maggie Helbush. She's having a nice game at the net.
She's making good decisions, reading. You can see her head, but what she's watching. She's watching the attacker and the approach. That makes setup a lot easier.
And pushes it across, blocked again. Helbush, 4 blocks, 3 of them coming here in set number 2.
And so much of blocking is timing and positioning. The rest of it is strength and ceiling and so forth, but those other 2 have to occur first. Helbush is doing a tremendous job.
Steph Brand now to serve for Central Catholic. At the top of the block. Partington flips it over. Shohan in the middle. They're quick in the middle. Kirkman, and Kirkman gets a kill.
Kirkman does a great job getting her hand on the ball. It wasn't ideal, wasn't in position for her to really rip it. She does a great job keeping her hand high and making a strong play.
Shohan really doing a nice job of distribution between Boding and Lou and Kirkman and Helbush. She's finding the open attacker. McGowan on the slide there really terminates. She has 6 kills.
And comes off again. She played very strong in game number 1. Comes in playing strong again.
Shohan goes back behind her to Helbush. Good dig there. Threw up wide left. And the overpass kept up. Dump. Kept alive. Nice pancake.
Baxter just got underneath that.
Outside the bigger swing and down. What a powerful swing by Mackenzie Liu.
Mackenzie Liu has played great up to this point. She's making great shots here. Everything was kind of disorganized. She steps up, gets outside, and rips through the ball.
In the middle. Partington gets a kill. So Partington's 3rd of the match. Now back to serve goes Katie Brand. In the middle, wide open, but a good dig by McGowan. Free ball for Scotus. Shohan this time goes outside. That's blocked back. Nope, no block into the net. 4 hits called on Scotus. And John Peterson. 9-6, make it 8-8, all even at 8. And a kill.
Bush has had a great series through the front row here in game number 2. She's really played strong, particularly blocking, but here comes up with a big swing. She sneaks it right through, threads the needle.
Unofficially, we have Helbush with 4 kills and 4 blocks. Zock again to serve. Tip try there. Nice recovery. Shohan reached back to get it. Free ball. Crusaders push it outside. Low check with the big swing, can't get it down. Low check again, we'll try. Off the top of the block. Shohan, quick middle, nobody was there, and down. Lindsay McElhose with her 2nd kill.
McElhose does a great job getting in here, being very aggressive, staying organized.
And the ace. And Sharon Zavala wants to take a timeout. So the Shamrocks, after being tied at 8, have rattled off 3 straight to take an 11-8 lead, a similar position they were in last set with the lead. And Sharon Zavala will take a timeout to call it off, talk it over. Well, join us Wednesday for more Husker volleyball right here on NET Sports as we cover the Baylor and Nebraska volleyball match at 7 Central on NET1 and in high def on NET HD. Plus, visit netnebraska.org/sport for special video features on the Husker players and coaches. NET Television is Nebraska's home for sports. And what a great time to have Nebraska playing well right now. I know we have an interested volleyball crowd around the state. Terrific match last night against Texas A&M, and of course they're hoping to make it to Omaha and hang another banner from the rafters.
And Coach Cook, as we talked to, it's a progression as these teams have worked through their season and got to this point, and they've gotten better and better at Nebraska's going through that same transition and playing their best ball at the correct time.
Of course, when I say get to Omaha, that's where the regional finals will be this year. The Final Four, of course, in Florida, in Tampa, in 2009. John Cook and that squad feels pretty confident. If they can make it to Omaha, special things happen at the Press Center for Nebraska volleyball.
Yep, they've had great success there, and again, a great crowd and support of the state.
Wojcik had that rolling right along the top of the net, and then Partington got the big block.
Here you get a chance to look again, excuse me, great. She does a great job getting over there, sealing, and going up strong.
And for Sharon Zavala, that's exactly what you want out of that timeout. You took it to stem the tide, and it works. 12-9 now, Shamrocks. Similar position they were in last match, the Shamrocks, in that right in it, hanging around. Now up by 4, they were up by 6, as many in set number 1, but right at the end there, Central Catholic began to turn it on. And the question is, how do the Shamrocks respond as this set gets a little bit closer and closer to the end? Steph Brand off the top of the block. Big swing by Bowden.
Great up by Katie Brand.
There's a tip try by Shohan. Outside Bowden again, but that into the antenna. Bowden swing right off the hand into the antenna, so point goes to the Crusaders.
Got to pull her in a little bit. That was outside, and Bowden's trying to get that line. They found that's a area they've had some success. Just catches the antenna there.
Swing is long, makes it 13-11 now. Out of that timeout, Crusaders have cut it to 2. It's the 3rd time in the last 4 years that Scotus and Central Catholic have played for the state championship. Back in 2006, Central Catholic beat Columbus Scotus 3-0. Then last year, Scotus returned the favor, winning 3-0. If we keep on that rotation, it would be Central Catholic still, although I'm sure Scotus and John Peterson trying to have a thing or two to say about that. Brand on the slide.
Well, in the series between the two in this championship, Scotus has the advantage. They've won 5 and Central Catholic 2. So Central Catholic's trying to get their way back in there and move up a little bit, get this 8th meeting here.
Jump serve by McElhose. Outside off the side of the block, and Liz McGowan with another kill. McGowan now has 7 kills.
McGowan just very consistent up at the front. She has great swing, real strong as she comes in for that approach.
Well, a good job by Brand to keep it alive, and then the dive by Baxter to keep it up for Central Catholic. And that one falls to the floor, a bit of miscommunication. Interestingly, that you see that a lot in high school volleyball. You don't see it a lot with these two teams.
No, you're right. I mean, they're comfortable with each other. They just know, they just react on instinct and are usually tucking most of the time. McGowan again, big up at the net. She's just so consistent.
8 kills for McGowan thus far in the match. That, of course, unofficially, she had 17 kills in the semifinals. McGowan being recruited by a couple of different colleges. Iowa State looking at her as a libero, and she's also being recruited by UNK. NET coverage of the 2009 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is brought to you in part by U.S. Bank, committed to customer service through performance, products, and people. U.S. Bank, proud sponsor of the Nebraska School Activities Association, member FDIC. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, one less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. So at the Nebraska Coliseum, the Shamrocks on top of the Crusaders 15-14 here in set number 2. Central Catholic took the first set 25-21 after the Shamrocks had led it nearly the entire first set. And the Shamrocks had a lead as big as 4 points here in set number 2, and now it's back down to 1. So John Peterson talked it over. Let's see what his team puts together on to try to side out here. They'll go outside. Off the top of the block, Boating, and Boating puts it down.
Who else are you going to go to but Boating? She does a tremendous job. Great side out off this timeout.
Here's the setter, Jordan Shohan. Shohan with 22 aces on the year. They attack Brand on the serve. The other Brand right in the middle. 2 hits called on Brand. Big block by Scotus.
Scotus is really keyed in on Stephanie Brand in the middle, and they've kind of slowed her down. She's kind of picked it up here and there when they've accelerated or picked up the tempo.
McGowan swing again. Boating the other way, right between the block. Off the hand of Brand, and Boating starting to warm up a bit.
Monica Boating, again, just a great leadership for this team. Steps in, really drives to the ball hard, and gets the gap.
Pick in the middle, Brand tips, and Brand with the kill. Good job by Katie Brand, the sophomore. And now Stephanie Brand will go back to serve. Hellbush with the kill. Maggie Hellbush now has 5 kills to go with the 4 blocks.
Shamrocks got to be glad to get her back up in the front row. She's played very well in this game. She's back up there. We'll see how this series goes for her.
On the slide, the tip. McGowan tipped and into the net. So this bumped into the net on that slide attempt by McGowan. And the Shamrocks, with its biggest lead of set number 2, they're now up by 5 at 20-15, and a timeout called by Sharon Zavala. Hey, don't forget, if you want a copy of today's game, it's available on DVD for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. To order it, just give us a call at 800-868-1868, or you can go to netnebraska.org/sports. Be sure to specify the school or the class that you're looking for when ordering the phone. You wouldn't want to order the match for C2 and get Class A. That wouldn't be good. DVD, $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Call 800-868-1868, or you can go to our website. This might be a good one to have a copy of, although I have a feeling there's probably a few copies floating around of matches just like this one.
Very similar to this as we saw when we had, recapped last year. You're seeing the same thing, these two teams battling it out. Anytime these two teams match up, it is a great match. It's well played, and usually it goes down to the wire.
A great crowd here for a 9:30 match early in the morning. They were on the road early and down here, enjoying the Coliseum.
Yeah. And both student sections doing some really fun things and getting the crowd and their team fired up.
Partington with a little tip kill. So out of the timeout, Crusaders get what they want. Now Liz McGowan will go back to serve. So McGowan goes into the back row. Back to Hellbush, block back. Other side, wide open swing, and Lou puts it down. That's 8 kills for Mackenzie Lou.
Mackenzie Lou just keeps coming at you. She is doing a fabulous job today. Goes in, again, the thing that's impressive is the shot selection. She's really mixing it up, showing her diversity in attacking.
Lou with 10 kills in yesterday's semifinal win against a very tough Syracuse team. That was the eye-opening thing, was that Syracuse had a terrific season, played so well, very fundamentally sound, coached by Dean Farley. They do a phenomenal job, and they were really just manhandled by this Scotus team. So many weapons across the front.
And that's the thing, it's very hard to key in on someone because then you leave somebody else open and they get the job done too, so you're always reacting.
Maggie Hellbush with another kill, make it 6 for Hellbush now, as the Shamrocks draw close to evening this at a set apiece. 22-17. Laura Zock back into serve. Pushed outside, not all Wojcik could do with it. Push it over, in the middle. Try the angle, but a good dig by Brand. That's off the top of the net. And that time Lou didn't get it down. And Wojcik, not much she could do with that ball that was well outside the antenna.
Just a tough ball to handle. She does great, makes a great effort.
Wojcik again. No touch, that was into the net. So Central Catholic a bit out of sorts here. Late in set number 2, it's all going the Shamrock way. And we are at set point for the Shamrocks in set 2. And they got it with the ace. Laura Zock off the bench serves the Shamrocks all the way to set number 2. As you might expect in Class C1, a battle between Columbus Scotus and Central Catholic, and it's all even at 1 set apiece.
Programming made possible by Time Warner Cable, supporting local performing arts and arts education with projects like Adventure Lead and our annual Arts Immersion Project. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
Along with my partner Adrian Fiala, I'm Kevin Kugler, inviting you to join us for our next edition of NET's Big Red Wrap-Up.
And Kevin will recap the Kansas-Nebraska game, and our guest will be sports writer and Husker historian
Like that guy.
And be sure to vote in our sideline survey. What will the Huskers' record be in the final 3 conference games? Check us out at netnebraska.org/Big Red and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. It's the wrap-up right here on NET, Nebraska's home for sports.
Around this time of the year, many of us begin reviewing our year-end giving plans. Through an NET charitable gift annuity, you can receive a steady income with strong interest rates, reap tax benefits, and create a legacy that builds a bridge from one generation of public television advocates to the next. Call me personally to learn more about NET charitable gift annuities.
NET sports coverage of the 2009 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is brought to you by these proud sponsors: NPPD, Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, providing coverage of local high school sporting events and activities on Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101. Back at the Nebraska Coliseum, first championship match of the day in Class C1, Columbus Scotus and Central Catholic from Grand Island. Crusaders came into the matchup undefeated on the year at 35-0. Scotus 23-5, and you can see through 2 sets, it's all even. Central Catholic taking set number 1. Scotus takes the second at 25-17. Sarah Raggi will start it off for Central Catholic. Outside to Boating right away. Boating off the top of the block, and that finds the floor. Monica Boating now with 7 kills as we begin the 3rd set. Those stats, of course, unofficial. At the net, a little joust. Bailey Baxter coerced it.
It's interesting how both teams are going to respond here. I mean, this one is a critical game. Both of them have taken one. Both of them, again, been in this situation. They always play their best in this championship match, but when they play each other. And so you see the best of both teams in this matchup.
Bit of uncharted territory for Central Catholic in that they haven't yet this year been even at 1 set apiece. They've been up 2. The other team has come back to tie it at 2-2 and send it to a 5th. But this is the first time early in the match where
they haven't that comfort.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it is. And again, you mentioned Coach had talked to after those 2-game wins. You have a tendency to relax a little bit, think you're in the driver's seat, and that's when they've got caught off guard. So now that may be to their advantage, keeping their focus heightened, as we are not in the driver's seat anymore. We're even. We got 3 to go here or whatever.
It's easy to justify a letdown as well when you're up 2-0, and you can understand how you let somebody, give somebody a little hope, they come back and win a second, and then when you have to do it in the 5th, you come through and win in the 5th. But this is all even at 1, so they're in a tight one, and the Shamrocks taking a quick lead here in set number 3.
And again, a lot of it stems from the strong serving. The passing isn't giving options here. Again, the setters pulled off the net. Hitters aren't getting balls in great positions, or the blockers know where it's going.
Into the net, called on the Shamrocks. Point will go to Central. The other thing that impresses me, Kathy, about both of these 2 programs and schools is the amount of alumni that are coming back year after year to get us. I mean, we both know people from Central Catholic and Scotus who played maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. But every time they're here in Lincoln, those fans are here in the stand watching their alma mater compete. It's really, it's a community type thing, and success has really bred success in both of these 2 programs.
You're so right, and again, people love to support the next generation too. You know, they keep coming. We talked about daughters of players of Coach Zavala that are playing now on the floor. They know, they come from that heritage or again, understand the tradition and how important that is. But then people just support, you know, these programs, which is a huge advantage.
Everybody saw the touch except Mary Lou Marshall up top. And no touch called, and point goes to the Crusaders. Lift. Shamrocks on top 6-3. Odbert with the serve. Off the side of the block, right off the hand of Lou. And Liz McGowan gets another kill. Official, I have McGowan with 9 in the match. Right between the block, and that time Lou delivered.
Great tempo transition there. They really accelerated that set, and Lou steps in. She doesn't stay out at the pin. They move her in a little bit, and that's what gave her that hole in the block.
Laura Zock back in now to serve for the Shamrocks. Zock, the 5'9" senior. Dump try not there. Brand pushes outside to Wojcik. Block back. This time Wojcik will give the Shamrocks a free ball in the middle. McElroy couldn't get it down, but block back. Lou again. Lou with 10 now.
Lou's so focused and making great decisions out on the court. She wasn't fooled at all.
Well, Shamrocks controlled set number 1 and lost it late. They controlled set 2 and won at 25-17, and they're off to a quick start. Right now, they're the sharper looking team.
Playing very well.
Well, it's on the line just one more time for Nebraska's best high school football team. See all the action on NET television when NSAA Nebraska High School Football Championships air live from Memorial Stadium November 23rd and 24th on NET1 and in high definition on NET HD. There's action in all classes, so be sure to check your local listings or our website at netnebraska.org/sports for your game day and time. NET Television is Nebraska's home for sports. And of course, there's championships with Nebraska playing on the weekend on Saturday against Kansas State. The state high school football championships are going to be held at Memorial Stadium on a Monday and Tuesday. So class D1 and D2 and A will all be contested on Monday. C1, C2, and B will be played on Tuesday. So 2 long days of football from Memorial Stadium, where we'll crown 6 champs, as we're doing here today at the Nebraska Coliseum. And that serve just long out of the break. Katie Brand will serve for Central Catholic, down by 3 in set 3. On the slide, blocked back. But McElhose gets the kill as it goes out of bounds. We've talked many times before about the quality of player in Nebraska high school volleyball, and we're seeing it really tonight here on this floor as you take a look on both sides. And I'm sure as some of these players develop, there will be more, but right now, 4 different players on the floor here being recruited to go to various levels of collegiate volleyball, including Liz McGowan, who Christy Johnson over at Iowa State is taking, Christy Johnson Lynch at Iowa State is taking a look at her as a libero. And she's also being recruited by UNK as an outside hitter.
And a lot of Nebraska players are now starting, you know, the other conference, Big 12 conference schools are looking at those, you know, the state colleges and so forth. They know that Nebraska has a growing bed for great volleyball players. They're very disciplined, they're very well coached, and that's again an testament to the coaches that continue to learn and evolve.
Boding with the big swing there, following up the kill by Brand. John Cook signed a recruiting class earlier this week, and of course he got one of the top players in the nation, a 6'5" left-hander who also sets out of Colorado. You heard all that, 6'5" lefty who also sets.
I mean, like, how convenient, how wonderful.
The other point that he made is the strength of volleyball in the Nebraska high school ranks, and he said currently they're looking to add a couple of walk-on recruits from Nebraska high schoolers, and obviously he can't talk about it, but he said the quality of volleyball, and especially in a couple of years within the state, we're really going to see how strong the state of Nebraska high school volleyball is.
And you definitely have some years where classes are stronger than others, but never is there this huge drop in talent in the state of Nebraska. There's always players, some years outstanding, some years very good, you know, so that's the difference.
You made the point of how well Christy Johnson-Lynch at Iowa State has done in recruiting Iowa State, and Kansas State had its big years. They had a lot of Nebraska players on the roster. Missouri, when Missouri had great teams, a lot of Nebraska high school preps. The level of volleyball in Nebraska high school, certainly at a high level. At 12-8, Shamrocks have held on to that 4-point lead. Shohan back in to serve. Quick in the middle, Brand tries to tip, Shohan there to cover. Boating outside. Good dig by Wojcik. Brand pushes it over. Rodbert there outside, the swing just wide from Helbush. So point for the Crusaders.
And Helbush going that line shot. It's been there all day for her. It's a great shot, just missed the mark.
Back to Boating. Wojcik got a hand on it, but couldn't keep it up. Boating with another kill. Make it 9 kills, 10 kills now for Boating.
Great kill there, but again, set up by Andrea Odbert. I mean, she did a great job ball handling, get that ball in setter's hands. Gives you options, your hitters can be effective.
Just wide. That was a nice swing. Brand really coming on strong, tried the line, but it just like it sailed on her a bit.
And you can tell her determination. She's wanting to turn things around here. Very aggressive swing. Watch her to get the ball again.
McGowan. That's 10 kills now for McGowan. So 14-10. Now Steph Brand back to serve. What a block by Partington.
Jamie Partington just came in. Big block in the middle.
Jamie Partington is just 5'9" and a junior, really plays a strong middle.
She's got real long arms, but the thing she does too, she pushes, she seals the net very well.
Good vertical as well. Lou will try the roll. No touch, and Lou is long. And now John Peterson wants a timeout as the Crusaders begin creep in and get a little momentum. It's 14-12, Shamrocks on top. NET coverage of the 2009 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is brought to you in part by U.S. Bank, committed to customer service through performance, products, and people. U.S. Bank, proud sponsor of the Nebraska School Activities Association, member FDIC. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, one less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. Back at the Nebraska Coliseum, Columbus Scotus and Central Catholic Scotus leading it right here in the third. It's 14-12, and you have to be impressed, Kathy, with Scotus and the way they're balancing that attack. 10 kills by Boating, 10 kills by Lou. Helbush has 6. They've done a really nice job, has Shohan, of spreading it around.
And that's really critical because then, again, that's responding. And somebody's hot for a while. Helbush was hot for a little while. They used her. Grand Island Central Catholic adjust. Well, okay, we'll adjust too. And again, the strength of these two teams is they're capable of making those decisions and changes, and it keeps really opponents off balance. It's just kind of a chess match.
Good cover by Shohan off the block. Pushed across, free ball. Brand pushes outside. McGowan. Boy, nice wrist away by McGowan. Point for the Crusaders.
McGowan again, she's nothing flashy, but she just gets it done. She's with strong shots and strong swings.
Right down the middle. Boy, good up.
Great save.
Job. Wojcik was there to get the first touch, then Brand, and they put it over. Block back now. Blocked again. Great defense.
Free ball. Let's see if they take advantage.
Quick middle. Tip. Partington got it. What a rally.
A great defensive series there by Grand Island Central Catholic. Strong blocking and great pursuit of ball. Finish it up with just a little change up. Tips it over by Partington.
Wojcik really barking out and leading this club. That's the kind of rally and the kind of point. A couple big defensive plays that can get you going.
Defense really can feed your team.
All even at 14. Tipped over by Kirkman, couldn't get it down. Big swing again. McGowan, and now Central Catholic with its first lead of set 3. McGowan, 12 kills in the match. Outside Kirkman off the top of the block, good up. Outside, Kirkman goes line, but good coverage by Brand.
And out of the net by Brand.
And kept alive. Central Catholic really beginning to pick up the pace. McGann again. Wow, McGowan.
McGowan just is on fire right now. But the great organization, the great defensive play. We saw Steph Brand make a big dig in the back. Katie Brand pulling a tough ball out of the net. Just very focused.
And Helbush put a heck of a swing on it, but couldn't get it down. That defense really picking up. Again, McGowan kept alive.
Great save there by Boating.
Go to her again, why not? McGowan got it. 14 kills, Liz McGowan. John Peterson wants a timeout. It was a 14-12 Shamrock lead, and the Crusaders have rattled off 5 to make it 17-14. Well, just a reminder, Big Red Wrap-Up returns each week as the only live viewer call-in Husker sports program in the state of Nebraska. Big Red Wrap-Up delivers weekly analysis and highlights of Husker football games, plus recruiting insights and special guests. Join Kevin Kugler and Adrian Fiala for Big Red Wrap-Up Tuesday nights at 7 Central, and then it repeats on Thursday night at 10 Central on NET1 and NET HD. Always good to hear what the guys have to say about big Nebraska games, and of course the Huskers have a big one coming up later this afternoon as Nebraska will take on Kansas. (17-14) Crusaders. Central Catholic on top by 3. John Peterson trying to rally his Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. They come in at 23-5 on the year. Does Scotus. Central Catholic at 35-0. Swing on the outside. Scotus's losses this year came to Central Catholic, Northwest, which we'll see later today in Class B, which made the championship match. Lost to Seward, which is in the Class B semifinals. Lost another one to Central Catholic. Expect 2 more. So 3 of the 5 losses coming at the hands of Central Catholic, and the other 2 are the teams that made the state semifinals in Class B. Outside. McGowan couldn't get it down that time. Overpass. Kept alive. And the swing long. Crusaders by 3.
And you can really feel a shift in momentum or control after that run by Grand Island Central Catholic. They're very confident right now. They're swinging aggressive. They're pursuing hard balls.
getting the block. Katie Brand that time there.
Scotus, on the other hand, is really, you can see they're trying to shift. They're trying to figure out how's a way for how can we get the ball back? How can we get back and control it? You can just see in the reactions and the responses.
Lou slows it a bit, her 11th kill. That was a 7-1 run the Crusaders were on to make it 19-15. Now it's 19-16. Just long from Jess Wojcik. Serve again, Lorzak. Quick in the middle, Partington blocked. McElhose was there to send it back. Wojcik blocked, the overpass, Brand can't get it down. Lou swing. Wojcik again with the try, got it.
Great job there, great set choice by Katie Brand to push it to the outside. Middle didn't have time to get out and close. You can see a nice hole. She wasn't even there to get up and block.
On the slide, McElhouse off the touch. Point Shamrocks. McElhose with another kill. She has 5 for the match. Mackenzie Liu now will serve. Down by 2. 2018 set number 3. All even at a set apiece. Back line, got it.
McElhose again. She's really heating up. They use her on the slide. Here she comes in front. Big swing, cuts it off the edge of the blocker.
Tough serve by Lou. Tip try. Good coverage. Good joust at the net. Voting.
Great out by McGowan.
Now you see why Iowa State likes her as a libero. Free ball. See what Scotus does on the tip. Brand there outside. Wojcik blocked back. Still alive. What a set. What a point.
This one's big.
We're going to hear a big crowd cheer somewhere. At the net, the joust. Scotus got it. And Sharon Zavala wants a timeout. This is a momentum killer as much as anything. Let's get the crowd out of it. Take timeout, regroup.
That's exactly right.
Even at 20, 5-point run to set number 3.
And kind of get everybody to forget about it. You know, that's a great strategy. You know, the players are also taking a big breath right now as they're breathing. And again, you kind of null and void that momentum a little bit with that timeout.
What a great way to start the NSAA High School Championships here on NET. In Class C1 with Scotus and Central Catholic, all even at a set apiece. Coming up after this, we have the Class D2 Championship match. At 1:30 this afternoon, we'll see Omaha Marion take on Papillion La Vista South. In that match, we'll have an opportunity to look at 3 Nebraska recruits. And then later today, Sandy Creek takes on Aquinas Catholic for the Class C2 State Championship. Gross and Northwestern Class B, and then late this evening at 9 o'clock, seems like a long way away, but Exeter, Milligan, and Howells will battle for that B1 title this evening. If all the matches go like this, we may not get to that until 11 o'clock.
I would say that 9 o'clock's being optimistic.
That's right. Out of the timeout, Savala's club responds. At the net, the swing, long, no touch, all even at 21. 21-21. McElhose with the jump serve. Great pass right on spot. Wojcik couldn't get it down. Great up by Tiffany Haney. Outside, Boating, not there. Off the top of the block, kept alive.
Everybody scrambling, scrapping, staying organized.
Wojcik, block back. Point Scotus, 4 hits. Kirkman with the block.
Caitlin Kirkland just got her fingers up there, just enough to push it back, keep it on the Central Catholic side.
Outside Brand. Big swing by Stephanie Brand. 7 kills now for the junior middle. Swinging from the outside there.
And as we mentioned in game number 1, Brand's in the front row at this critical point of the match. She tends to bring things up a notch in these situations. You got McGowan out there also.
And Boating up front as well. There's Boating.
There you go. That's what you want at this time of the game. Your best go-to kids, kids who step up and have done it all season, battling it out.
Kirkman, Helbush, and Boating in the front row for the Shamrocks. Central Catholic counters with Brand. Another point for Scotus. Set point for the Shamrocks. Columbus Scotus can go up 2-1. Outside, McGowan. Yeah, got it. McGowan, 15 kills now for the Crusaders. So both McGowan and Brand in the front row. They need to try to battle through one more set point for Scotus. Helbush got it up. Brand, quick middle. Block! The big block of Columbus Scotus comes through again. In a terrific set 3, the Shamrocks come out on top, 25-23, and they lead it 2-1. We head to the 4th on NET. State championship battle. On November 29th on NET television, remember the scent of warm apple pie or cookies cooling on the counter? Those smells whisk us back to precious times with family and friends. Love the music, gang. Those fond memories are captured in NET Television's The Recipe Box. Cooks across Nebraska shared family favorites in NET Television, picked the best, traveled across the state to whip up homemade dishes and hear the stories that make them special. Tempt your taste buds with NET Television's The Recipe Box. It's Sunday night, November 29th, 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD. I think there might be a few, maybe something with duck, maybe?
Duck. I bet there's somebody's got a great duck recipe.
You remember those times? You come home, smell the cookies?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Yeah. My mom didn't bake.
My mom did. She's a wonderful cook, and we always had goodies.
Let's take a look at the stats through 3 sets.
Scotus moving up in the kills charts. Obviously, they became very aggressive and were able to get up there. Just, again, gradual increase in their statistics. Pretty even if you look at them overall.
We start Brand outside and moves back in the middle there. That swing is a bit wide. It's kind of a dilemma here for Sharon Zavala and the Crusaders in that what do you do with Stephanie Brand? She's been more successful hitting from the outside, but they need that presence of her block in the middle. She can go side to side.
But if they can move her around, have her attack different places, or not directly in the middle, maybe off to the right a little bit, off to the left, come around behind from blocking. Just got to mix that up a little bit. But Scotus is really keyed in on her and making sure there's 2 blockers up against her every time, because they know if she gets hot, if we don't do that, she can take over.
Serve into the net. we begin set 4 with the Crusaders on top 2-1. Shamrocks leading 2-1. And that one goes into the net. So back to serve for Central Catholic. Here's Bailey Baxter. Baxter, 43 aces, already has 1 ace in the match so far.
She's been serving them tough. Scotus altered their serve-receive pattern there just prior to that last serve, too, trying to get more people involved, shift the passers around a little bit.
Tools the block there and gets a kill. Crusaders on top 4-1. Outside to Boating. Boating block back. The big block by Brandon Brand.
They put their brand on it and stopped her right at the tape again. Boating has been stopped here too, slowed here as they've come out in set number 4.
Boating off the top of the block there, but a good up by Wojcik. McGowan who rolls it across. Boating again. And Boating that time with a kill. Boating 16 kills in the semifinal win over Syracuse. Monica Boating looking at several small colleges, including Briarcliff up in Sioux City, a terrific program up there run by Mary Schrader, a great volleyball coach and a good friend of John Peterson. Mary Schrader year in and year out doing a terrific job with that Briarcliff program. Prior to that, she did a great job at Sioux City Heelan. Heelan winning state championships in volleyball. (6-2) Central Catholic. That's blocked back by Partington. Helbush tips it over. McGowan blocked back. That Scotus block there again. Kirkman and Helbush both.
Ball was going to go out to McGowan, and the blockers took advantage of that. Got out there, had a strong setup. You can see they're waiting. Great timing then to seal it off.
Blocked and out.
Blockers did, you know, a good block not only is the ace block, but also pops it up, slows it down, trying to give you time. That was good block. Defense still just couldn't get there quite in time.
John Peterson mentioned yesterday, in order to be successful against Central Catholic, they had to slow that quick middle attack of GICC and then pass in system and be in system for his club, but they really have done a great job of slowing that quick middle.
They have. They've really neutralized that and kind of they've made a commitment to make sure we have 2 blockers there so that doesn't happen, and they've executed in that game plan. They've also been, again, we talked earlier, very diversified in their offense, and that's key to comes from the passing. So the game plan is being followed, and it's showing as they lead 2-1.
Helbush again with another kill. And officially I have Helbush with 7 kills. And then those 4 big blocks, 3 in a row there in that set number 2 run in which they won 25-17. Serve there goes into the net. At a gathering of the volleyball team back in the summer, and John Peterson got up and told the crowd, he said, I know we lose 5 seniors from last year's team, the team that went on to win a state championship. Losing 5 seniors off a team like that is never easy, but I think telling these kids that the goal is anything but to win a state championship would really be selling them short. So despite having to replace 5 seniors off that team, they find themselves back here again, and it really is about, I think Jake Moore, Pius head coach, said it yesterday, the thing he likes so much about John Peterson is he makes his players live up to the expectations that he has on them, not only from a program standpoint, but on a point-by-point basis. He has expectations of what they should do.
And if you give people standards like that, they step up, and it's like the self-fulfilling prophecy we've heard about. If you believe in them and speak and expect that, they come through and they deliver.
On the slide, McElhose again. McElhose with 7 unofficially. It really is beginning to be apparent how much they are spreading this offense out. McElhose with 7, Helbush with 7, Lou with 11, Boating with 12.
And there you go, Stephanie Brand on the outside. They used her there on the outside. She's able to terminate. But once she's moved to the middle here, that offense, they've got to try and push her out of that and then catch a one-on-one block situation.
Again, Liz McGowan got her at 16. Jess Wojcik now back to serve. Wojcik over the 300 kill mark on the year for Central Catholic. Second leader on the team in kills. Brand in the middle. Again, they block it. Four hits called on the Crusaders.
Key there, the block. The block has definitely keyed in on Steph Brand, and they're doing exactly what they need to do.
Outside, good coverage. On the slide, Brand, a little off time, tipped it over. Free ball. See what the Crusaders do with the free one. Push it outside. McGowan kept alive. Another free time. On the slide this time to Brand, and Brand got it. This is what you were talking about, Kathy, getting her out of the middle.
And that's what they've got to do here. Again, both teams, though, I just love great defense, really continued pursuit. We've seen several long rallies where both teams staying with it.
Outside McGowan, off the side of the block. McGowan with yet another kill. And a timeout by Sharon Zavala. And make it John Peterson taking a timeout. Just a reminder, you can get a copy of today's game. It's available on DVD for $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Preserve all your memories of the Class C1 State Championship match in 2009 between Central Catholic and Columbus Scotus. To order it, call 1-800-868-1868, or you can go to netnebraska.org/sports, and please be sure to specify the school or the class when you're ordering by phone to pick up a DVD of this terrific match in Class C1. A long day of NSAA championships here on NET. Championships contested in all 6 classes right here at the Nebraska Coliseum. This is the first match of the day in C1. We'll follow it up this morning in D2 and Class A. D2, a battle between Clay Center, the Wildcats, and Greeley-Rollbach, the Titans. Both teams with a history of coming from behind and just being extremely scrappy. If we've got a good one here, we might have a good one coming up in Class D2 as well. Baxter with the serve. The team up by 5. Baxter kept it alive. Outside Boating. Rogge was there to handle it. McGowan with another swing. Great job. In comes Andrea Oddbert flying in to keep it alive. Tip try. Up by Brand. Back and forth here. And finally, a tip by Brand, got it.
Both teams just trying to outsmart the other, mix them up, catch them off guard. Some balls are coming over second ball, but everybody's staying pretty organized here. Central Catholic comes out.
Outside Boating, blocked back. Boating again. Steph Brand got a hand on it. McGowan dug. Boating off the block, and the block back.
Boating's got 2 big blockers up there with Katie and Steph Brand. And so she's really got a challenge up there on the outside.
Serve is long. I believe that 7-point lead that we just saw by the Crusaders was its largest lead of the match, up 15-8. Well, that's good reaction there, and a nice job by Helbush to see the open court in the back and send it to the back line.
Everybody was pulled right up in their coverage positions yet, hadn't returned back to base defense. Great job by Helbush to send it deep.
Outside, McGowan, just long. In the middle, Brand got it right on that line. Good swing by Brand.
There, that she's effective in the middle because she came around from the right side. They keyed in on her on the right side. She comes around in front. Great adjustment.
16-11 Central Catholic. Into the net. Crusaders opening it up here in set number 4. Blocked. Big block by Helbush. Maggie Helbush, her 5th block, make it 6.
Huge block there, and she is solid as a rock as she goes up. You can see her hands penetration over the net. Strong.
Outside Brand, and Brand gets a kill. Katie Brand with the swing and a kill. Back line now goes Liz McGowan. They're calling for a touch. No touch. Scotus didn't get the touch. Central Catholic back up by 7. 19-12, and John Peterson will take another timeout. NET Television's Nebraska Stories is about where we live and who we are. Monday night on NET1, see how farmers found good in the Great Depression, a new way to honor World War II soldiers, and how one town pays tribute to the grave of an infant girl. Plus, a teacher takes her grand piano on the road across Nebraska. These stories and more coming up on Nebraska Stories, Monday night, 9 Central on NET1. Here at the Nebraska Coliseum, it's the Grand Island Central Catholic Crusaders on top in set number 4, 19-12. They trail in the match 2-1, so trying to even it at 2 and send it to yet another 5th set. These two teams have gone 5 twice earlier this year. Good dig by Rogge. Helbush tried the block on the antenna. Point to the Shamrocks. A 6-point advantage for the Crusaders. A good set by Baxter there. Wojcik block back. Baxter there to keep it alive. Free ball. Shamrocks run the quick. Pulled it down right into the net. Helbush saw the open floor right in front of the net. Tried to take it straight down.
Both teams just really working hard here, pursuing balls, trying to find the extra edge.
So the serve goes wide there, and the Crusaders now on top by 8 at 21-13. Central Catholic has lost just 8 sets all year long. 6 of those coming to Scotus.
So this is nothing new to either team here. They've been in these situations. So
they've lost 6 sets, 4 of those to Scotus.
We can only expect it to go 5.
That's right.
You know, I mean.
Right between the block. Helbush with another kill.
You can just see the blockers there, but there's enough space in that gap. That's the weak area. She goes right at it.
Coming into the state tournament, Central Catholic had only lost 4 sets, and now they've dropped 2 here. So 6 for the year, 4 of those to Scotus. Back outside to Wojcik, tried to roll it over.
Great up by McGowan.
Good job by McGowan to keep it alive.
And really, Baxter got caught behind Partington.
(22-15) in set 4. Kind of a quiet crowd right now. I think they're waiting for what they believe is the inevitable.
I agree.
They
I think
feel set 5 coming on.
Yep. Let's just finish this one here. Let's get it done, and then let's go after that quick, intense 15-point game.
Off the top of the block. Kept up. Brand got the kill. So now the Crusaders 1 point away from evening this at 2 apiece and going to a set 5. And she got it. So Brand back-to-back kills to end that set. And here we go. What better way to open up the state tournament? A Crusaders and the Shamrocks going 5 in Lincoln. A race to 15. All even at 2 sets apiece. The exciting finish when we come back on NET Sports.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. The U.S. Bancorp Foundation supports charitable, educational, and community service-oriented organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. U.S. Bank employees dedicate their time and efforts to local causes they are truly passionate about. U.S. Bank. Wherever you go, you'll find us.
Programming made possible by Time Warner Cable, supporting local educators by providing free cable connections to public, private, and parochial schools in our area. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
Back at the Nebraska Coliseum, the Central Catholic Crusader fans excited about that last set win, and now we are all even at 2 sets apiece, and get ready for the volume to increase inside the Coliseum, because this race to 15 will determine the Class C1 state championship. Before that, let's go down in the court to Rachel Schwartz. Rachel.
Well, as you can see, entering into that game, the Crusaders really did a great job of communication. As the Shamrocks went through that game, their communication dropped, which is probably the reason that they didn't end up winning that game. And now the Crusaders are just on fire, and they're ready to play.
And Rachel, communication is such a huge deal. I mean, you saw that your senior year at Nebraska. That was a team that overachieved because of the amount of communication you had on the floor.
Yeah, it's very true. Communication is one of the most important things that you can have on a team, and not just calling the ball in or out, but really interacting with your teammates and making sure everyone's on the same page and ready to play.
Yeah, great point, Rachel. Thanks. So here we go, set number 5. Scotus and Central Catholic. Central Catholic looking for the unbeaten season, trying to finish 36-0 and a state championship. The Scotus Shamrocks going after their 2nd consecutive state championship. On the line, in, Scotus got it.
Boating, Monica Boating again. She's the senior leader on this team. She finds a way. She started this off. She says, I want to finish this off with a state championship.
It would be their 7th state title in the last 9 years for Scotus. Boating will roll that over. Quick in the middle. Boy, good wrist away by Brand, but an even better dig. Boating tips. Brand pushes outside. Wojcik. No. We'll push in the middle. Kirkman can't get it down. Wojcik again. Boating off the top. Neither team giving an inch here. Block back. Good coverage.
I think we're going to see a lot of these long rallies here to get to this 15-point.
Tried it on 2, couldn't get it. Shohan with the right idea. That goes off the block of Boating, and a kill.
Brand coming around the backside and using the blockers, going off the edges, really mixing it up. You can see players are just thinking, making good decisions here. Everything counts. Everything is important right now.
Jump serve by Wojcik. And the tip kill.
None other than Liz McGowan doing a great job up there, mixing it up again.
McGowan unofficially 20 kills in the match.
Wow. And we're not done.
McGowan again. Got it.
Just one at a time. Just got to keep chipping away here at these in this final set.
3-1 Crusaders. So important in these 5th set, only 15 points. You don't want to get down by 3. Important point for the Shamrocks. And again, why not go to McGowan, who's delivered consistently all morning. And John Peterson will take a timeout. 4-1 Crusaders on top. Well, that's exactly what you wanted coming out of that timeout. If you're Central, coming out to start the game, if you're Central Catholic.
Definitely. I mean, this is a big one. If you get that little surge early, then you go with it. That really leads you to the end.
So officially now we have McGowan with 19 kills and Stephanie Brand with 17. So my unofficial count was 1 off. As I pat myself on the back. Thank you. So 4-1 here in set number 5 in this race to 15. Important for John Peterson to pull that team together now, down by 3 in a set 5. He obviously knows how big that is. That's why he called the timeout. So coming out of here, important to run a good side out for Scotus. We have Boating unofficially with 13 kills for Scotus. She's their leader in kills. That'll bring the Scotus fans to their feet. Into the net.
Big miss serve there. Great push there. That's exactly what the Shamrocks needed. Something to get them going. They didn't have to do anything.
Shohan to serve. Block back. Call the lift. Solo block by Boating. Back to within one.
Brand's trying to come around, but Boating's right there. She knows she's the girl they're going to push it to. Boating's solid as a rock.
Outside McGowan. Boy, great up. What a play by Andrea Odbert to keep it up for Scotus. And the block. Solo Helbush.
Helbush makes a great adjustment. She slides in. McGowan's been going that hard angle. She steps in, and she's solid. She's strong. She's right there.
Great timeout by John Peterson. Out of it, they go on a 3-0 run to tie it at 4. Back line, Boating making a 4-0 run, and now Savala will take the timeout. So Sharon Zavala saw her club give up 4 in a row. Will take the timeout. Shamrocks now up 5-4 in set 5. Coming this December to NET1 and NET HD, Walk-Ons, Huskers Edge. It tells the story of the University of Nebraska's football walk-on program and how the young men raised with Nebraska values and dreaming of becoming a Husker and playing in Memorial Stadium. Former Husker walk-on greats Jeff and Joel Makovic, Jeff Jamrog, Jason Peter, Langston Coleman talk about their walk-on experiences with sportscasters and analysts, as well as Tom Osborne and current Husker coach Bo Pelini, discussing the past and the present impact of Nebraska's fabled football program. Watch NET Television's production of Walk-On's Huskers Edge. There's a future walk-on. Open his
Future
bolts.
Shamrock.
Can pull it through here. Boy, good cut. McGowan again.
Big coming out of the timeout again. We've seen both teams. Each timeout has been very effective for them, getting that ball back in their hands, getting that side out.
Two big service errors in set 5 for Central Catholic. They haven't done it all match long. You wonder how much the pressure of the moment. Off the top of the tape. Sometimes it's 2 inches that makes the difference there. Outside McGowan, tried line, goes off the block, got the kill. 21 now for McGowan.
Changing it up, recognizing she's gone across. She works that outside edge of the block.
Roll shot, can't get it down. All even at 6 in the 5th. Block back and out. Shamrocks take the lead. Outside Brand. Off the top of the block, push back over. Brand keeps it up. Shamrocks up by 2.
Maggie Helbush right there at the net. She has done a phenomenal job being a block, being up big.
This is a rotation the Shamrocks like. Brand, Stephanie Brand on the bench. They'll go to McGowan, the tip. Back outside, Lou got it! for a couple of sets. But there she is with a big kill. And another timeout by the Crusaders.
Back and forth, back and forth. Each team stepping up and responding. Right now, though, the Shamrocks kind of in the driver's seat. Up 3, and we're at the 9. We're getting to that critical point.
3-point lead Shamrocks, a 3-0 run. And Coach Zavala, again, in her 35 years of experience, take a timeout to chat it over with her club. A great way to open up the 2009 NSAA Volleyball Championships.
Just a taste of the whole day, what's to come.
We said, coming in, Central Catholic unbeaten. They'd lost just 4 sets all year. 2 of those sets previously to Columbus Scotus. The other 2 to Kearney Catholic in a 5-set battle. Looking for a side out. Partington tries the tip. Free ball. They'll run it again. Partington again, tip. Got it that time.
That's work right there before that. Everybody's kind of collapsed in. Nobody's been able to get the ball again. Partington gets it to fall. Just keeping strategies, reminding what worked. What do I need to do here?
Free ball for the Shamrocks. Block back. Maggie Helbush kept it alive, and then in trying to get to her spot, cut off the setter.
Right, and that's, again, you can't climb through. Sometimes you try, but again, just respond.
9-8. Good dig by Rocky. Pushed back. Shamrocks with the point. Back up by 2. 10-8. 5 points away from a state championship for the Shamrocks. Boy, great up. Baxter with a phenomenal up. Shamrocks keep it alive. Back and forth on the dump. It's down. Brand gets the point for Central Catholic.
Just incredible defense, effort to pursue balls, keep it alive. Nobody wants this more than each squad.
And the kill, Wojcik evens it at 10. John Peterson off a bench, and he'll take a timeout.
I believe they've each used 2 now.
It's been a 5th set of runs. Crusaders go on a run, then the Shamrocks, then the Crusaders. All even at 10. Boy, in this type of pressure situation, let's go down to Rachel Schwartz. Talk about what it's like for the players in a situation like this, like a national championship game. That's what it feels like to these kids.
It is, and when in this situation, their adrenaline just pumping in their hands, they're getting all clammy, and the team that embraces this and loves the pressure is the team that's going to come out on top. And right now it's up in the air, but it'll be really interesting to see which team really fully embraces that challenge.
They have to forget about it, Rachel, forget about the pressure, try to live in the moment, or do you use it?
It's point by point. It's not the outcome. You got to live in the moment, and you got to take it 1 point at a time.
And that pressure, it's like, it's not pressure, it's adrenaline, it's thrive, it's motivation. Again, pressure is only self-imposed. So if you take this situation and go with it and give it all you got, you know you've done what you had to do.
Outside. And a kill. Lou again. Lou, 12 kills in the match. Shamrocks up 1. Partington pounds it. Even at 11. Blow by blow, they're answering the call. Serve long. 3 service errors on the Crusaders in set 5. 3 of the Shamrocks' 12 points coming on the Crusader errors. Outside, tip. Quick in the middle. Had an opening there. Outside, Boating. She'll swing away. Can't be afraid to be aggressive in this moment, and Boating wasn't.
That's the key. Right now, you have to stay aggressive. We talked about every point counts now. If you back off any, you're going to be at the disadvantage. It's going to hurt you. You got to go for it. That's embracing that pressure.
Shamrocks 2 away, outside, Brand. Shamrocks got a hand on it. Here's Boating. Block back. Boating again. Raggi was there. Push quick middle, Brand block back. Big block, Boating there along with Cookman. 1 point away. The Scotus Shamrocks a point away from pulling off the upset. Brand out. Just out off of the block. Still match point for the Shamrocks, 14-12. They'll go to Boating. Raggi got it up. Boating got it! Scotus pulls the upset!
These teams, this was the 4th meeting of these 2 teams. If you're going to win one, this is it. Scotus claims its first victory against Grand Island Central Catholic right here for the state championship.
It was a determined effort by the Shamrocks of Columbus Scotus. And they win it in the 5th, 15-12. And once again, the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks, for the 7th time in the last 9 years, are state champs. Trophy presentations, a chat with the players. It's all coming up next on NET Sports.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. You have to be a pain, in a good way. Find someone to help you, like your mom, dad, teacher, or coach. Keep asking until you find someone who will. There were adults in my life who made sure I took the right classes in high school, helped me apply for scholarships and research colleges. Someone will help you too. You just have to ask. This is the one time it's okay to be a pain.
You're on vacation in the mountains. You've got the kids, the dog, and your tent. Your son says, hiking is lame, so you try rock climbing. It ends up being harder than it looks. Now you're in the hospital wishing you'd stayed home. But you've got Blue Cross and Blue Shield, so you know you're covered, even though you're out of state. So you relax, which is why you went on vacation in the first place. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. One less thing to worry about.
The 2009 season is here, and you can catch all the action both on and off the court on the Nebraska Volleyball Show. Join head coach John Cook as he breaks down highlights of every Husker game. Plus, meet this year's team with in-depth features you won't find anywhere else. You can catch it all on the Nebraska Volleyball Show.
Monday night at 7 Central Time on NET2.
Now you can see what's in Nebraska's recipe box. Go online, find additional recipes, read family stories, and watch extended video segments. Celebrate with us the culinary heritage of Nebraska at netnebraska.org/recipe-box.
NET coverage of the NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is brought to you in part by NPPD, Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Well, as exciting as it was for Scotus, an agonizing defeat for Central Catholic. They finished the year 35-1, but what a great show both of these two teams put on in a state championship battle.
It doesn't get any better than that, and we've just started the day, but these two teams have started it out right. They're both strong programs. We love having them here in the finals again. Love seeing the traditions and the schools coming back. The community's very involved here too.
Well, it's time now for the presentation of the runner-up trophy and the championship trophy. We'll start with the runner-up, Central Catholic Crusaders. They finished the year 35-1 on the season and second in the state. Let's go down to Steve Lemon.
Class C runner-up, Grand Island Central Catholic High School. Will head coach Sharon Savala and your assistants please step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each team member. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Jessica Wojcik. Number 2, Bailey Baxter. Number 3, Katie Brand. Number 4, Sarah Rogge. Number 5, Jillian Moravec. Number 6, Kelly Soto. Number 8, Liz McGowan. Number 9, Sarah Golka. Number 10, Steph Brand. Number 11, Haley Benton. Number 13, Lucky Gratop. Number 14, Kelsey Shield. Number 16, Jamie Partington. And number 17, Aisha Lee. All of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Grand Island Central Catholic High School. And now to the champions. First, head coach John Peterson, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Number 1, Emmy Odbert. Number 2, Tiffany Haney. Number 3, Becky Hall. Number 5, Laura Zock. Number 6, Lindsay McElhose. Number 7, Jordan Shohan. Number 8, Monica Boding. Number 9, Caitlin Ween. Number 10, Olivia Sonderman. Number 11, Mackenzie Liu. Number 12, Caitlin Kirkman. Number 13, Maggie Helbush. Number 14, Jenna Moore. And number 16, Andrea Unbert. And now for these outstanding athletes in their school, here is the 2009 Class C1 State Volleyball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Columbus Scotus High School.
So there's your state champs, the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. They have won their 14th state championship in program history. In the 20th appearance in the state title game under John Peterson, Scotus gets it done one more time. When we come back, we'll hear from the champs. Stay with us on NAT Sports.
Log on now to Nebraska Stories Online, the place that gives you more insight about the people, the places, and the ideas of Nebraskans. Log on to netnebraska.org/Nebraska Stories for extended video clips, articles, and information. Nebraska Stories and more now on the web.
Hello, I'm Ron Hull. If you've been watching NAT for the past 50 years or so, you and I grew up together, and we got older. We've all heard the expression, having our life flash before our eyes. Well, thanks to a lifelong career in television and the magic of videotape, that experience happens to me quite often. But from my point of view, it's more fun to roll it backwards. I have always believed in the power of this medium and its potential to enrich, educate, and entertain you, your children, your grandchildren. NET exists because the citizens of Nebraska saw the need for a public broadcasting network that serves the entire state. I've been honored to play a part in making that a reality. And I'm asking you now to join me in supporting the Inspire Nebraska campaign. Together, we can inspire Nebraska.
Along with my partner Adrian Fiala, I'm Kevin Kugler, inviting you to join us for our next edition of NET's Big Red Wrap-Up.
Hey, Kevin, we'll recap the Kansas-Nebraska game, and our guest will be sports writer and Husker historian Mike Batka.
And be sure to vote in our sideline survey. What will the Huskers' record be in the final 3 conference games? Check us out at netnebraska.org/Big Red and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. It's the Wrap-Up right here on NET, Nebraska's home for sports.
They abused the land. They abused it something terrible. They raped it. They got everything out they could.
A disaster of epic proportions.
You felt like you were surrounded. It just closed in on you, shut off all light.
When I'd see one of these black clouds rolling in, I remember thinking, what did we do to cause this?
Surviving the Dust Bowl on American Experience.
Monday night at 8 Central Time on NET1.
Welcome back to the Coliseum on the campus of the University of Nebraska. The C1 state championship now in the books. Central Catholic loses its undefeated season. They came in 35-0. They'd beaten Columbus Scotus 3 times earlier this year. The favorite coming in, but Scotus wins its 14th state championship in its 16th appearance in the state title game in the last 17 years. Big game by Monica Boating for Columbus Scotus, 17 unofficial kills.
Monica Boating, again, at the end of the game, really stepped up and finished it off. It was a chess match between the two teams. And that last game, it was 4-point stretch. Other team turns around, takes that 4-point stretch. So whoever was pushing at the end and stayed assertive, and Monica Boating definitely was assertive at the end of that match.
Two of our favorite coaches in this one, John Peterson on one bench wins the state title. Unfortunately, disappointment for Sharon Zavala and her Central Catholic Crusaders. But what a phenomenal year they had, and the only loss comes here on this floor in the state championship.
Which is heartbreaking because you said it should not take away from what they have done all year. They have had a phenomenal year, and those kids are heartbroken, I know. But, you know, they played a great match here today. It wasn't how they wanted to end up, but again, they need to remember what a great season. This doesn't define who they are, what they did all year long. It takes a lot to get to this point and have no losses on their record.
Second consecutive season they've come in here and finished runner-up to Scotus. But if you take a look at the future, Wojcik is back, Baxter is back, McGowan is back, Brand is back, Partington. This is still a relatively young Central Catholic team.
Right, and that's the thing. This will then, I'm sure, be their focus and push them to be better next year and get that state championship that they've looked for. But again, remember the great things they did all year round.
Well, the champs are Columbus Scotus. They've already collected the trophy, and now they're with our Rachel Schwartz. Rachel.
Hi, thanks, Larry. I have with me head coach John Peterson, and they are the champions of the C1 Division State. What I want to ask you, Coach, is how does it feel right now?
I'm kind of stunned, actually. I mean, it's shocking to me. You know, this is the fourth time we played them, and the first 2 times it didn't look like we could ever beat them. And then last time we played them in the district finals, it was a pretty good match, and my kids just played great, and I'm so proud of them.
Good. You lost the first game, but you were virtually every game you were on top to start with. How did you keep your kids focused and motivated throughout the entire match?
Well, you know, the first game I thought we played the first set I thought we played really well, but we kind of, towards the end, we let down a little bit, and they're just so good. You just can't give them any free balls. And then I thought the second, third game we played exceptionally well. I think maybe we came out in that fourth game a little bit too high. Kind of too excited, hey, that we were playing that well, and then we just didn't refocus as well as we needed to. So I was a little disappointed in the fourth game, but they were certainly regrouped in the fifth.
Yes, they did, and something that I noticed along the way was your team's ability to set out-of-system balls. They did it consistently, and they did it very well. Would you talk a little bit about that?
Well, unfortunately, we've been out of system a lot of the year. I mean, our passing sometimes has been a little suspect, but yeah, and a lot of different kids set up. Not just our setter had to make plays, and our outsides did a great job of hitting those balls. And we rely primarily on our outside hitters, but you know, they all did a great job.
Okay, and final thing, what was the key to this success?
Well, I thought our defense, we had to play great defense, and it starts with our block. And our block was much better than it was the other times that we played. And we had some big stuff blocks that we hadn't gotten before, and we made some incredible digs. And you do that, you get a chance to transition to attack. So I think that was the difference.
Well, I would agree with that. Thank you, Coach Peterson, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Rachel.
Okay, now we're going to bring in Mackenzie Liu, number 11. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good. Well, Mackenzie here seemed every time you touched the ball, something good happened. All right, you came in and you brought energy right away, and the very first game, you had 3 kills the first time you were in the front row. So what was your mental preparation like for this state tournament, this final game?
Well, I knew we just had to work really hard because we wanted to beat them so bad, and we just worked really hard in practice, and it paid off.
Good. And what was the team like throughout? Were you guys staying steady, or did you have up and downs, or what was the chemistry like?
Well, we had a great chemistry the whole year, and it was good.
It was good?
Yeah.
Very good. And what does the future hold for you?
Hopefully another state championship.
Good. Well, thank you, Mackenzie, and very good job. Congratulations. Our next player here is number 12, Caitlin Kirkman. Congratulations, Caitlin. All right, so one of the game plans I felt was for you guys to shut down Stephanie Brand, and you, more than anyone, did that. So what did you change, or what did you do to allow yourself to be better at that?
Probably what I did the most was I didn't really watch the setter too much, just kept my eye on Steph Brandt and just jumped when she jumped, got my hands as strong and as wide as I could just to smash right down back at her.
You did an awesome job with that, and you were very strong in the front line. What did your coach do anything to prepare you for that?
Yeah, one of our assistant coaches, Joe Held, he can hit the ball pretty hard, so I got a lot of hits at him. I got a couple in the face, but he definitely got me prepared, so that was really good.
Well, that's awesome. And what do you feel was the highlight of this game?
The highlight of this game, there were so many. I don't know, probably Kenzie Lou, the junior, coming in and just pounding balls down left and right, and big blocks by Maggie in the second set. It was just amazing.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations again. Okay, now up number 8, Monica Bodine, and you are also the captain for the team, so congratulations. Now, you are one of the most consistent, and you are a great leader out there. What do you do to make yourself a leader on the team?
Well, seniors last year were a great example, and it helped to think about what they did. And it's just you got to stay composed and help the younger kids, because I know what it's like to be like just a younger kid, and I know what I wanted the seniors to do for me, so I try to do it for them.
Well, that's great, and I'm sure your teammates appreciated that. Throughout the game, how did you stay so level-headed?
Well, it was a lot like districts, and it was really close to districts, but this time we really wanted to get them, so we were just trying to stay composed and focus on the little things. So,
what was the key to this success?
We worked so hard in practice these last 2 weeks. We wanted to get better, and we really wanted to win.
As a senior, what's some advice you'd give to the underclassmen?
Just keep working hard, and you never know what can happen.
All right, thank you very much. Larry, back to you.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Rachel. Appreciate it. And congratulations to Columbus Scotus, state champs for the second consecutive year. And now, once again, I believe it's 7th year in 9, they have won a state championship. That's the Class C1 state championship. Class D2 is coming up, and we'll wrap up C1 when we come back on NET Sports.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
Energy efficiency is important to us all. At Nebraska Public Power District, we're committed to helping everyone use less energy through new technologies like this compact fluorescent light bulb. Because when you reduce your energy costs, we all win. This message brought to you by the Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility.
You're on vacation in the mountains. You've got the kids, the dog, and your tent. Your son says, hiking is lame, so you try rock climbing. It ends up being harder than it looks. Now you're in the hospital wishing you'd stayed home. But you've got Blue Cross and Blue Shield, so you know you're covered, even though you're out of state. So you relax, which is why you went on vacation in the first place. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. One less thing to worry about.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. Across Nebraska, the nation, and everywhere in between, U.S. Bank provides financial, trust, and investment services to individuals, large corporations, and small businesses. Wherever you go, whether it's in person, on the phone, or on the World Wide Web, you'll find U.S. Bank. You'll find more than 50,000 U.S. bankers, home of the 5-star service guarantee.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
Thanks to the personal investment of more than 1,800 Sports Partners Club members, NET will deliver over 200 hours of exciting sports action this year. Who else brings you Husker Volleyball, Big Red Wrap-Up, and all of the other outstanding college and high school sports action to every home in Nebraska? NET is Nebraska's home for sports, and sports partners like you make it happen. Log on to netnebraska.org/sportspartners and explore the many benefits of joining the Sports Partners Club.
Nebraska, we asked and you delivered. You gave us good cooks, treasured recipes, and celebrated family stories. I'm Chef Brian O'Malley, your host of NET's program, The Recipe Box. Join us as we celebrate the culinary heritage of Nebraska through its food and its cherished stories that make us savor the taste of home.
Recipe Box coming Sunday, November 29th to NET1 and NET HD.
Welcome back to the Nebraska Coliseum, the Class C1 state championship in the books. Grand Island Central Catholic dropping in a state title match to Columbus Scotus, which wins it 3-2. Scotus ends the season at 24-5 and wins the state title. Hey folks, be sure to email us at sports@netnebraska.org and tell us why NET sports coverage of the NSAA High School Volleyball Championships is important to you. We use the viewer feedback to help us bring you the best possible coverage. So again, please email us at sports@netnebraska.org. You can see on the floor, Clay Center and Grilly Wolbach getting ready to battle in Class D2. But first, let's wrap up that Class C1 state championship match. Take a look at some of the highlights between the Shamrocks and the Crusaders in the C1 title game. Columbus Scotus taking on Central Catholic, and early on, Central Catholic looking pretty good. They won set number 1, 25-21.
And Stephanie Brand was a key contributor to that. She's aggressive on the outside, and again, her most effective swings were on the outside. But the team really played well overall. Big Hardington in the block, but McGowan, Liz McGowan, really a big contributor to the offense as well of the Crusaders.
But back came Scotus. They win sets number 2 and 3 before a little bit of a letdown in set number 4.
Mackenzie Liu was big and aggressive early on, making impact, really diverse in their offense. Maggie Helbush, big block and a big swing. But really, the senior led by Monica Boating. She really did a great job for them and got that state championship.
Boating finishing out officially with 17 kills. She's the senior. She's the leader of that Scotus Shamrock squad. You heard from her, and she led them to a second